Hey everybody, if you would like this video to sound really poignant, please go ahead and right now put Solange Knows Don't Touch My Hair on a loop in the background. I cannot use it because it's copyrighted music, but I feel like that would really set the tone for this video, okay? Hey, let's begin. Hey everybody, so it's Sparrow. Welcome back to my channel, and this is episode 1 of my hair. I don't know what else I'm gonna call it yet, but this is gonna be like a series, kind of like Just Say No, and it's gonna be discussing hair stories, people's hair posts on the internet, questions about natural black hair, all that kind of stuff. So if you have questions about natural black hair, whether it be 4C, 4B, even a little bit of 4A, please leave that down in the comments right now. Just pause the video, drop your questions right now. You might get them answered. I'm going to talk about my routine. I'm going to talk about my hair. I'm going to talk about some terms. We're going to talk about natural black hair tonight, whenever you're watching this, okay? So style up. I would like to start with the obvious disclaimers that most YouTubers actually should make, but I mean, like, the whole point is that you're supposed to want to buy what I use, but I'm going to obviously give you the disclaimer of you don't have to buy it. I know some of the prices might seem a little outrageous. I know, okay? I know. I'm standing again. If you're wondering why I'm moving so much, I'm standing again because I feel like more active and more engaged when I'm actually like standing and able to stare into the camera with my big brown eyes. So, my natural hair is about a 4C texture. 4C being the closest definition to nappy. They're super small kinks and curls that are like little slinkies. They tangle with each other. They're nearly impossible to get a natural texture out of without it being soaking wet. Dried, there is no texture. This is basically what it looks like. My hair right now is stretched and moisturized, as you can see by the mild shine at the top, but it is still 4C hair. I do have a little bit of 4C, 4B, 4A, which is more Tracy Ellis Ross, attractive texture in the top crown of my head, which is why I can get it so smooth all the time. But like the back, it will fluff up. I'll have a kitchen, you know, all the terms, everything. I have been called many things by family members as I've gone through my natural hair journey 2 different times with 2 different big chops. The first one being a normal big chop in August of like 2012 after I graduated high school, before I started college. I did my first big chop. I don't know if if I find a picture of it, I'll post it up, but it's not going to be a very good quality photo. You're probably going to be like, ooh, yeah. And that was when I started, and that's when I first wanted to like start wearing makeup, because my hair was short and I felt like I was, you know, I looked very masculine without long hair, because, you know, my family always instilled, they're very, you know, they like perms, they like smooth hair, they like the European aesthetic. The only thing we've never been ashamed of is the color of our skin. It's just the hair. We always were worried about the hair because we're pretty, like, I'm one of the darker people in my family. Me, my grandmother, and my uncle during the summer were about this color. And then my grandmother and my mother are very light. We don't kind of count my grandmother's brother is actually the darkest of us, with him actually being pretty, like, maybe Jackie Ina's coloring or darker. You know, we're kind of like pretty medium to light brown people, with a couple either really light or really dark people like dispersed, because there is a great-grandmother or grandmother, she was half white. It's some things like there's a bunch of family history I just have never gotten into to know for sure, but it's always the hair that's always been the problem. So I've been ridiculed by many family members. I look like a pickaninny, a baggy child, the person from the Murray's can, all sorts of things. And these are from my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, my uncle. I've been through it, okay, guys? So if anyone's harassing you about your natural hair, please tweet me at SoIt'sSparrow, and also tag at them as well, like at asshole you're about to get told by SoIt'sSparrow, and I'm about to go in on their entire life, because you don't need to be talking to nobody like that. You don't know their life, you know? My natural hair actually has made me happier over the past couple years. The second big chop I had was because I had problems with anxiety. So my anxiety, it peaked because of a lot of different things that were going on in my life. Basically, at that point, I had stopped going to like school regularly. Like I was in college. I stopped going to school regularly. I was just at home every day. I would wake up like to go to school, and then I'd just lay there and think about like how awful I would be at school and how terrified I was. And then I wouldn't go. And I fucked up a lot of things in my life during that period because I was anxious, I was depressed, and I would hit like a manic high while I was so anxious because I was freaking out so hard that I would then crash and be depressed. And it's not that I'm not depressed anymore, but rather I have enough things kind of distracting me from it and enough positive things that I can't convince myself to, like, I can't feel it yet, but I know in my soul that I'm still sad, you know, that I'm still depressed, but on the outside I don't feel that right now. So that's why it's like, you remember, not every depressed person is gonna be, oh, you know, some of them are gonna smile in your face and be normal because nobody wants you to show it, and telling people is like legitimately sometimes the dumbest thing to do for yourself. I told my great grandmother I was depressed. I sat there and cried and told her I was depressed, and she said, well, don't be sad then. Yeah, this is the most candid and real I'm about to give with you guys in my life. But currently, and when I did that, it was the anxiety, and then I hadn't cared for my hair like weeks. And I just bought a pair of clippers for $30, and I shaved my entire head to 1 inch all around, and I just lived like that for a while. I never cut it again after that. And this is it grown back, and that was in December of 2013 or 14. I'm not sure, but it's been I think it's 14 because it's been like 2 years, and so you can see I have quite a bit of hair back there, you know. But so now that we've gone through the whole spiel of my hair and my life's journey, apparently, let's talk about what the hell do I actually use. Come down here a little bit, you're kind of high. So what do I actually use? I have used a lot of different things. I've tried cheap stuff, I've tried making stuff at home, and I found that my hair, again, you have to work specifically with your hair. It turns out that I can't make like at-home protein treatments. My hair is protein sensitive. I cannot do like certain masks because my hair is so kinky, like any kind of chunky mask. My hair has really small kinks and coils. You will lose stuff in my hair, and that's not okay. So I tried many things, and one day I went to Lush Cosmetics. You guys know I did the haul. And one day I went in and I was just looking at the stuff, and I was being skeptical because I was like, this stuff's expensive, man. Nothing works on my hair. And then there was a guy who worked there, and I can't remember his name. He doesn't even work at that Lush anymore, but I still go to that one religiously because. And I was like, you have hair like me. Do you use any of this stuff? Because and be candid, because, you know, like, talk to me for real, like, with hair like ours, do you use any of this stuff? And he said, yeah, my mom's a hairstylist, and she uses the Godiva shampoo bar and the R&B hair moisturizer. My hair is amazing. And he like pulled back his little beanie, which had, you know, his natural hair curls. He's like, feel it. And his hair was so soft, like a little brown cloud. And that's what told me, all right, I'm buying this. It's over. We're done. We're done here. So my hair routine is exactly what he told me, and I added one product. Originally, my hair routine for a long time was 2 products. First is my shampoo conditioner kind of bar. I'm picking the hair off of it because my curls stick to it. This is the Godiva shampoo bar. It's stuck to the lid of one of my old R&B pots, but this is the Godiva shampoo bar. It is jasmine scented, and it's $16.95 at Lush Cosmetics, and it lasts me like almost 10 washes, I believe. I don't wash my hair super duper frequently because even though it's low porosity, because of the fact that it reverts, it makes no sense to keep washing it over and over and over just to restart all over and have to retwist it. So I usually try to do once a week to once every 2 weeks in the wash department, just to save myself the trouble and work of having to set it up, because currently my work schedule's been so like packed up or really weirdly scheduled that I haven't had the time to wash and style my hair without wasting a whole day when I have a bunch of other things to do. That doesn't mean my hair is not important, it just means it's not important right now. But I do maintain it with my other products to make sure that it's still soft, detangleable, and not creating sister locks in the middle of my head. Sister locks are when, you know how dreadlocks can naturally form, especially in 4C hair. Sister locks are just when hair forms by, hair next to each other like sisters, forms into one lock together. It's really annoying, and it's something that your hair can do if you have 4C hair and you're not paying attention. So please, please, please pay attention to your hair. So this, so back to the Godiva shampoo bar. It smells delicious, but it's the fact that, and it does have sodium lauryl sulfate. SLS is something that a lot of naturals avoid because they feel like it overstrips their hair and it makes their hair feel really, really weird. I have dandruff and I have hair and oily scalp. Don't ask how that even fucking makes sense. I have dandruff and oily scalp, thick hair that requires a deep wash, so I have to use products with sodium lauryl sulfate. But the Godiva shampoo bar actually has like chunks of conditioner in it, to the point that basically when I rinse my hair afterwards, my hair doesn't feel stripped. The conditioner's already started working its magic. So when I wash my hair, I soak my head. I will leave my head because my hair is low porosity. Low porosity, and to test your hair porosity, take a strand of hair and a cup of water and drop the hair into the water. If your hair sinks, your hair is high porosity, it takes in water very easily, which is good for a lot of hair because you need it to get moisturized. Medium porosity means it kind of, it sinks in a little bit, but it doesn't sink to the bottom. And low porosity, like mine, is hair that's going to stay right on top for a long time because it's not taking in the water. So I stand in the shower like this, letting the water hit my hair as it bounces off for a while and then slowly starts to sink in and let my hair plump up. When my hair starts to plump up, that's when I start to know that my hair is actually taking in the water now, and now I can start to wash it and condition it and do all these things to it because it's actually let the water into the follicles. And if it doesn't do that, my hair is not ready for anything else. So do that, and then I section my hair into 4 to 8 sections depending on how tired I am, and wash each section from root to tip with the Godiva shampoo bar. I just put it on this so that I can just rub it over the section like so, and then I massage it into the section with my hands, detangle with my fingers. My hair is about this long, so detangle with my finger, and then rinse the section under the water, and then twist the section into strand twist. I can't braid for the life of me. So after I've washed my hair and it's super soaking wet, I'm going to grab a towel or a t-shirt, like a white t-shirt. T-shirts are better because they don't have this weird clingy grippy fabric to them. They're smooth, so they're not going to grab onto all your little hairs and try to yank them out your head and cause shedding. So just go ahead and squeeze, and I squeeze it. I do not do a lot of squeezing. I want some of that water because the rest of my method is going to lock the leftover water into my hair, and it takes forever for my hair to dry. It does not dry overnight. It takes like a whole day, which is why I keep telling you guys it takes me so long to wash my hair, because I need time. So the next thing I use is my R&B hair moisturizer, which is also from Lush Cosmetics. This hair moisturizer is also jasmine scented and it smells amazing. It comes in this large pot is $42.95. That's expensive, but this shit does last me quite a while. I think the last pot lasted me a whole almost like 7 to 8 months, but I made it stretch. Now that I got a job and I can actually buy it, it will work. So it says on how to use rub between your fingers and scrunch and smooth in the freshly washed hair. Fuck that shit. We don't read no instructions in this bitch with natural hair. You don't read instructions. You fucking do what you gotta do. I like to take my damp, almost wet hair and take it and coat it in a, I want to say like a nickel-sized amount to a quarter-sized amount. I take like a dollop and I take it, spread it out on my hands and spread it through the section. I'm not really trying to get it on my roots per se because it's going to clog up my scalp and everything, but I get it all through my section and then I detangle with my baby. This is a Beautifique brush, but the common brush that actually looks like this, the one that I'm just going to say, is called the Denman brush. The Denman brush is this flexible bristled brush that you use to detangle your natural hair. They say augmented Denman because they usually take out, as you can see, there's like some little holes in the middle. This actually has 4 more rows of teeth that I've probably lost by now, but it can hold 4 more rows of teeth. However, most of us naturals take out those 4 rows to leave 5, and you use those 5 rows to just gently detangle and go through your hair. It will even go through and it removes as little of your actual hair as possible. It's like I just combed through dry hair and I've lost like 4 strands. If I did it with any other brush, I would have lost like 8 to 10. And that's dry natural hair back here. Like everything's dry. So I use this to detangle. I could use it in the shower, but I like to use it when I'm actually styling because it's going to pull out any natural curl. If you're looking for any kind of curl pattern that is like from a wash and go, which by the way, 4C hair and wash and goes don't really go together, but if you're trying, you don't want to use this because you want your natural curl pattern to show. When you're using it for smoother looks like this, you're going to use a Denman brush to go through it. This Beautifique brush was $1 more and it's the same thing and also in purple. So I've had this since I've been natural. So this is like, I've had this brush for like, I want to say almost 4 years by now. It's still in pretty good quality. You just wash it and you're good. So I saturate the section with R&B hair moisturizer and it's really good because it's gonna give it those oil, the juices and berries and those naturals make those delicious oil blends. Well, I can't use those because those oil blends break out my forehead. We don't want that. This is what I like because it's not going to actually break out my forehead, but it still leaves my hair moisturized. And originally, that was it. I then would style my hair with this and I'd be done with it. And my hair smells so strongly for the first 3 days, but I smell so good. People are always complimenting me. However, I've added a new product and this is like a good final sealing step and it actually leaves my hair staying moisturized even longer. I got this during my birthday Lush haul and I know it looks stupid because it's all messed up because I've been using it. And this is the Queen Bee Hair Honey from Lush. So it is basically, and it looks really gross, but it's like, it was a little brick of it. You just take a little bit of it and you melt it in your hands and it becomes an oil. And then you can smooth it over the section to seal in the juices and berries that R&B created for me. And all the water and moisture that R&B has been mixing with. And seal that whole thing and then twist it up. It also doesn't make my hair, it also keeps my hair from reverting as much. Because with the R&B, my hair, if my twist ends here while wet, it would be here while dry. And with the hair honey from the Queen Bee Hair Honey, it still hangs pretty long, which is actually really impressive and tells that it's holding the water in instead of letting it evaporate. It's just going to leave the hair kind of hanging long, which is really nice. And that's kind of like the lock method, where it's like leave-in, oil, cream. And it's like that's the order you're supposed to lock in your moisture for your hair. I use what constitutes as an oil. I use the heaviest thing. I use it in a weird order, but this is what keeps my hair moisturized and not dry and brittle, because with the low porosity thing, I have that problem. It will not help if I do anything else, and it's really, really important that I do that. So that's like my hair routine. Those 3 products, okay, 2 of those products, the R&B and the Godiva bar, is what got me nearly to this length. And then my hair kind of stalled because I wasn't able to care for it because I was using just whatever we had in the shower because I didn't have any money to buy anything else. When I got this, my hair, look at this. I was like, where did all this hair come from? It's just been waiting for me to take care of it and bring it back from the brink again. And these are the products I use to do it, and I do it like that every single time. For high porosity hair, you're looking for more products that are gonna impart that you're gonna stop. You need to stop moisture from getting into your hair as much because it's gonna make your hair revert a lot. Low porosity hair needs to seal in that moisture because it makes your hair brittle. Medium porosity hair, I don't know, you guys aren't really like a group that anyone, you guys don't really talk about your problems if you have any. So again, if you have any of those problems, you should leave that down in the comments for me. Help me help you learn about products. Now I know Lush Cosmetics is expensive. This is just what works for me. You can probably find similar products on the market that do similar things, and that's cool too. I'm probably not going to change my hair, I'm probably not going to change my hair product routine anytime soon unless I'm adding something to it, because the way it is right now is so amazing. I cannot imagine changing it because of some whim, you know? Which I totally understand if you feel like my routine's too much, too little, not enough, not right. Everyone does their hair differently. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know some people were asking and they always were saying, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on my hair shininess, length, and I just read a post by a young man who has natural hair who wanted to know about, you know, like growing his natural hair and like, is it worth the journey? And the answer is for 4C hair, it's a journey that kind of hurts because people are going to insult you, people are going to talk about you, people are going to try to discourage you. People aren't going to know what to do with your hair. People are going to say you look like the person from the damn Murray's can. And you need that support. So let me be that support for you, persons, people, everyone. Let me be that support. If you want to be natural, come through. But remember, you might not look like Tracy Ellis Ross. You might not have hair that looks like the best 60s afros. You might get the dandelion. You might have the pony puff. You might have the puff. This is an afro puff for me. This is a slick back afro puff. You might not have the same hair as Natural 85 or Nappy Food TV or Naturally 4C, I think. I forgot her username already. I've been watching her Instagram though. You're gonna get different people who have different styles and their hair has different things. Some people have, like, Nappy Poo's hair is really low manipulation, and Natural 85 has really long colored 4AB hair, and then the last one, Naturally 4C, has thin 4C hair. My hair is thick 4C hair. I don't know if it's gonna thin out when I get older or not, but right now it's like a two. So, you know, everyone's got different hair. So if you feel like your hair doesn't seem like mine, where it's really thick and a little bit dense and hard to deal with, you might want to check out some of those other channels and see if you can find someone who has hair that looks like you, because that is actually very important. But if you do want support on your journey to be natural, I'm here for you. Come talk to me on Twitter, on Instagram, at SoIt'sSparrow. We can talk about this. I don't check my Tumblr as much, but I still will check it if you want to talk on there, if that's your social media platform. But I do want to say I'm thankful so much for you guys when you watch my videos. And I know this one's going to be really, really long because I'm not going to edit out really anything. I'm going to probably just put this up as is because I feel like if I start editing it, it's not going to be as impactful as I think it should be in the way that I've created it. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like me and this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me, okay? Just let me know how you feel about it. Again, I encourage you to leave things in the comments and let me know how you feel about things. Also, go ahead and just subscribe for the next video about 4C hair, my journey, my tips, my tricks, answering your questions from the comments of this video. Go ahead and subscribe. And then also check out my last video if you like makeup videos, or it might be the Lush video, just so, because it's a haul of all the stuff that I actually did get. And I will see you guys next time, okay? Bye!